hell of a performance by some amazing superstars, Cole. He slipped out of that one.
Victory means absolutely everything to these competitors tonight.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Look at this. Could it be?
And that's a You know, I know I say this a lot, Cole, but this is not ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy.
RVD wanted a match, and I gave it to him.
Man, look at these superstars. You can't ask for a better example of what makes SmackDown so great.
You sure can. SmackDown's got the greatest superstars and the greatest matches for the greatest fans in all of sports entertainment.
These superstars are putting on a clinic in there.
Yeah, and not a health clinic. I don't think they'll be the same after this one.
I'll tell you, Cole, this is what the WWE is all about.
You're absolutely right, Taz. The greatest athletes in the world competing on the grandest stage of them all.
Hey guys, Spencer 7x7 with episode 13 of SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Before this episode begins for real, I have to say that I discovered a little trick to increase my character's stats to the maximum. It basically involves copying, editing and deleting your character and then using the spare points for any character. As y'all see, everything is maxed to the maximum. I know some people call it cheating, but I just used an exploit, not a cheat or a Game Shark code. Also, after a million of losses and losing the contract and the earn, I deserve this boost. So anyways, time to rumble now. Champion now.
Let me tell you, it feels great to be standing in this ring here tonight as the winner of the Royal Rumble. Not only did I prove myself against 29 other superstars,
more like 5 actually,
but I also earned the chance to challenge for SmackDown's WWE title or Raw's World Heavyweight title in the main event at WrestleMania.
That's true, Taz. The Rumble winner has the option of jumping to Raw and facing Triple H for the World Heavyweight title, or challenging SmackDown's own WWE Champion, John Cena.
So without further ado, let me answer the question on everyone's mind and say that at WrestleMania, I've decided that I'm going to challenge for...
What the fuck?
It's Theodore Long! The general manager has finally returned to SmackDown!
And not a minute too soon. We ain't seen T-Lo since he was run down months ago. You think he's got something on his mind?
Hold up a minute, player. Sorry to step on your big announcement, but I've got a couple announcements of my own.
This better be good.
First of all, it's great to be back here on SmackDown.
Man, listen to the ovation for Teddy Long.
It's been too long since I've been in this ring. 6 months ago, somebody tried to take me out of the picture when they ran me down in the parking lot. Now I'm sure that after all this time, he thinks he got away with it. But you see, there's something he didn't plan on. See, before I lost consciousness, the last thing I saw was the very face of the man who did it.
I wonder who's the jerk who did
We're
that.
gonna find out who ran down Teddy Long.
And I'm looking at him right now. What? It can't be! I can't believe what I'm hearing!
Teddy Long must be delirious. Maybe he checked out of the hospital a little too early.
Me is who did it?
Well, I guess there's no point in denying it anymore. Yeah, I did it. And I don't regret it one bit. You had it coming, Teddy. Without you around to hold me back, I climbed the Smackdown ladder. I got in the Royal Rumble, and I earned the title match that I deserved.
Well, who could argue with that?
Not to mention the respect that goes with it. Winning the Royal Rumble guarantees me a title match at WrestleMania. That means you can't fire me, Teddy. Like it or not, there ain't much you can do about it.
I gotta admit it, player. There's not a lot I can do. But if you challenge for the WWE title and win it, then there's no getting rid of you. And if you jump to Raw and take on Triple H for the World Heavyweight title, SmackDown loses one of its biggest superstars, whether I like it or not. So it looks like all I can do is to make sure that you never make it to WrestleMania. And by the time I'm done with you, dog, you'll be lucky to make it to No Way Out. You feel me? Now, since we've got some unfinished business that started in a parking lot, then you're going to take on Eddie Guerrero tonight in a parking lot brawl. Holla, holla, holla!
The road to WrestleMania begins tonight, but Theodore Long is on a personal crusade to ensure that the #1 contender never makes it there. Under the circumstances, I can't say I blame him, Taz.
Even with low stats, I can beat Eddie any match anytime. This is going to be cake. And it will be even easier with my ultimate stats and at a parking lot where there will be no roper breaks and all that crap. Anyways, time to for this guy yo know his role. Get it? Like the other SmackDown game, know your role? Bah. Still can't lift him even with max stats. So it must be something else then. Anyways, this brings me to another point. One of the things I miss from the older SmackDowns is the move editor. That's where you can change moves for every control and even change your special. But in this version you can't do that, which sucks balls. Maybe it was not SmackDown but Def Jam Vendetta, but it. Well, back to this. This match is probably one of the most boring ones ever. No commentary, no music, no entrances. Not that I care about the last two, but this is just fair like hell. So, back again. I know the last few episodes were crazy and have maybe too much commentary, but that's good for me. The more the merrier. I say I wish it could be more, but then it would take more to make these episodes. It's the reason why it takes 2 to 3 hours to make an episode, not including the recording gameplay. And by the way, I like doing these backstage commentary things. Because you guys get to be almost at my side, like if I was let's playing with you guys at my side for real. Some people do not like that style, but this is a game, you can just buy it and maybe even make your own Let's Play. But keep in mind that I'm the first ever to do this like it is. There are other, but not long like this one, like a TV show. Anyways, I'll shut up now. For now. And that's all, guys.
Here's
Easy
your
match
winner,
as predicted by me.
the Superstar!
I'll save these extra EXP for another rainy day or for another character. And I think I figured out here why I could never lift any character. And hell yeah, I finally get to fight the cowboy in a match. I have always wanted a chance to beat him and now I have it. Revenge is a dish best served with spaghetti. Back to what I was gonna say, it turns out that when you create a character the weight is very important. Too little weight makes you not lift anybody, and too much and it will be harder to add stats. Which is the reason why they stats reset when you change weight class. I think the other game is like this, but I'm not really sure. If you know, however, comment below or whatever. Anyways, this is gonna be another weird type of match. I have to get out of a cage to win. And like Pokemon, I have to weaken this guy before I can exit the cage.
Is going to do everything in his power to stop a man who ran him down from reaching WrestleMania. That's why Long put him in this steel cage match tonight against JBL, one of the most dominant and brutal WWE champions in recent memory.
This kind of match is right up JBL's alley. It ain't even a match. It's mean, dirty, no holds barred. It's just a straight up hardcore fight. The only way to win this is to get out of the cage any way you can.
And as you pointed out last week, Taz, if he does make it to WrestleMania, we still don't know which title the #1 contender has decided to challenge for.
Nice quick counter. Man, look at these superstars. You can't ask for a better example of what makes SmackDown so great.
Sure can.
Finally,
SmackDown's got the greatest superstars and the greatest matches for the greatest fans in all of sports entertainment. I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game.
Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the Lord of Jungle, Cole. And injured superstars like a wounded animal.
I call that one around the world. And now that I can lift again, I can do more crazier moves than ever now. Which means more names to try to remember.
This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponent think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
This is one hell of a performance by some amazing superstars, Cole.
What did you expect, Taz? This is
Finally,
Smackdown,
special
after
time.
all, the #1 brand in sports entertainment. And there's the reversal. These superstars have proven time and again that they're willing and able
Now is my chance to
You've got to
escape.
be crazy or stupid to stay in that cage 1 second longer than you need to.
Well, I try. All I need is more damage and luck.
I like you. You got to make sure your opponent's on Green Street before you start making a break for it.
I wonder how JBL's going to try to cheat his way to victory here tonight, Taz.
You're out of line, Cole, and you probably don't want...
What a counter that was! Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think. Looks like they might be taking this match down a notch here, Cole.
The pace of the match may have slowed, but the intensity of these superstars certainly hasn't.
You can say that again. Waiting for your opponent to make a move or give an opening can be just as intense as putting him through a table.
And whether or not you have
I
that
was
kind of
gonna go
patience
for a perfect
often
win,
means the
but I
difference
guess I
between
can't for
winning
now.
and losing a match. He was one step ahead on that one. It looks as if the damage may
Third
have been
time
done
is the
here.
charm now.
I think we're one
Don't
submission
get
move
why
away
it is
from the
3
end of
and
this
why
match.
is it a charm, but that's what people say.
JBL has every advantage you could ask for in his life. Money, talent, fame, and a natural drive to succeed. And I think that's why it's so disappointing to see him act the way he does.
What are you talking about, Cole? Everything JBL does, he does for the WWE fans. He's rich enough that he doesn't even have to put his body on the line night after night. He does it because he's a man of the people.
Oh, please. He does it because the rush he gets from performing for thousands of WWE fans is something that money can't buy.
I concur.
JBL's on an ego trip. It's as simple as that.
That's a disgusting thing to say, Cole. I'm ashamed to be associated with you. JBL is a humanitarian. He's a regular, what do you call it, philanthropist. He's like a Rockefeller in the wrestling trucks.
Well, if you're done trying to get yourself written into his will, I think we better just agree to disagree about JBL. As far as I can see, we're looking at two completely different people.
I'll tell you, anyone who thinks this business is a piece of cake, they should get in the ring with these superstars.
I don't think anyone would last too long against them. These are trained WWE professionals.
And there's the counter, Cole.
Look at this, Taz. This could be it.
Good night, Irene.
Now it's the time
Nobody
for real,
sticks around
hopefully.
long after taking a
Don't
finish
remember
like
if
that.
I won this or not.
You've got to get out of the cage to win, and that just might happen
Yes,
here.
almost there.
I spoke to these superstars before the match, and I ain't never seen competitors more fired up and ready to
Why
get it
did I
on.
do that?
Judging from how this
I meant
match
to
has
get to
gotten
the
so
other
far,
side.
Taz, I have no trouble believing that whatsoever.
I don't think the fans like that one too much. I'm sure this breaks this guy's heart.
If I
It
do not
should.
win after
These
this
fans
special,
are the
I may
lifeblood of
just lost the
WWE,
whole count.
and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
That was some bad judgment right there. You gotta make sure your opponent is out.
This one did not count, by the way.
That reversal reversal might stop his opponent's momentum dead.
Here it comes, look out!
Oh man, many a superstar has
Okay, now for
fallen prey to that
real.
finishing maneuver.
This has been a top of the cage. He can't get slopped. Man, you couldn't ask for anything more from these guys. Talk about leaving it in the...
Hell yeah, before he woke up I won.
Meanwhile on Raw.
Listen to me, Bischoff. You're the general manager of Raw. You can't let that piece of SmackDown trash come to Raw and challenge for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. This is my title, and he hasn't done a damn thing to deserve a match with me.
Actually, he has, Triple H. See, he won the Royal Rumble, which guarantees him a title match for either brand's top title. That's a stipulation that comes from the board of directors. I couldn't do anything about it, even if I wanted to. And quite frankly, were he to make the jump to Raw, I think a superstar of his caliber would be a tremendous asset.
An asset? An asset? More like an ass clown, if you ask me. Listen, Bischoff, I damn near killed myself winning a #1 contenders match last week. And if anyone's getting a World Heavyweight title match at WrestleMania, it's Y2J.
Chris, while it's true that you're the current #1 contender, you know that the decision of the Rumble winner supersedes that. If he decides to challenge Triple H, I'm afraid I have no choice but to postpone your title opportunity at WrestleMania, #1 contender or not.
Well, if that's how it's gonna be, then it looks like the cerebral sad sack and I better discourage a certain Rumble winner from coming to Raw.
Jericho, you may be a sawed-off Oompa Loompa, but you know what? For once, I agree with you. Let's go.
Bullshit. You're fun.
Well, that's all for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time on the LP. Until then, bye.